Good evening. Welcome to Night to Unite 2016. This year our theme is Focused and Forward, and tonight we will be out in neighborhoods talking to residents about how these neighborhoods are celebrating community strength. And I have our first interview all set to go. If you could give us your first name and how long you've been in the community.
Terry Pierce. My husband and I have been in actually this house for 39 years. And I've been a block captain for about 15, 16 years.
You've been a block captain for 15 or 16 years. Have you enjoyed being a block captain?
I love it, and the neighborhood's great, and we've watched it change over that 15, 16 years for kids that have grown up, kids I've babysat, moved out, so it's great. We have some wonderful neighbors here. So.
What's the favorite part of Night to Unite for you guys?
Just the gathering of the neighbors and having our police officers come and then meeting them and having the neighbors meet the neighbors. It's just great.
Have you guys had any concerns at all surface in the neighborhood?
Not recently. We've got a really quiet neighborhood, and we have neighbors that actually look out for neighbors. With the Ruth Circle Park being here, we're always walking and watching after each neighbors, and even the kids do a good part of it too.
How else, besides Night to Unite, how else do you and your neighbors connect in the neighborhood?
I have emails that I work with them through, and then I do walk the flyers out, because there's a lot of neighbors too that just don't want to participate other than if I go up to them one-on-one and introduce myself to them and tell them why I'm knocking on their doors.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think is the best way for us to communicate with your neighborhood?
Actually, when I get my emails and I get notified by Myra and the team, I immediately hop on it right away, and I notify neighbors, and we team up, and we just let everybody know.
Go by email, basically.
Yeah, basically email, yeah.
So do you feel safe in your neighborhood, Terry?
Absolutely.
Do you?
Absolutely, and I appreciate all the things that the officers do. We have two great ones, Jenny and Travis, and I think they're great, and they've been around with us for a while, I think.
Yeah, they have been along. They're your neighborhood resource officers,
yes.
And they've been around for a long time.
Yes,
you
they
bet.
have, yes.
Well, good. Terry, thanks for having us out
It's our
today. We
pleasure,
appreciate
and
it.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, yes,
and the
you're
police
welcome.
Officers. Yeah.
And for your time today, we have a Dairy Queen coupon for you.
Oh, yummy.
You can use or share with anybody.
Thank you.
It's a great night with great people, and it's a lot of fun. I just only wish we could do this more often than once a year, because it's impossible for me to get to even a tenth of the parties when you have over 100 parties in Fridley. So kudos to Fridley, because that is a part of our nature as friendly Fridley, right? That we get out and we know our neighbors, and we get to know our neighbors, and we all like to associate with our neighbors, and this is a perfect venue for that. If they do it 3 times a year, maybe I could get to all 100 parties. But
my name is Captain Mike Monsrud with the Fridley Police Department, and we're here on Night to Unite at the Lock Park Party. And sir, if I was talking to you for a bit earlier, can you just introduce yourself and tell us how long have you lived in Fridley?
Terry Finch, lived here for 3 years.
And how do you like it so far, Terry?
Good, I love it.
Is this your first Night to Unite, or have you been out here before?
No, I was here last 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
The pretty good neighborhood here. Do you guys get together more than just Night to Unite, or is Night to Unite kind of the big culmination for the year?
Yeah, well, it's for everybody, but I get together with neighbors and stuff.
Okay.
So.
And does Night to Unite do you feel it makes the community stronger or better, or how would life be different without Night to Unite?
No, it makes it better, because then you know what's going on and you meet all the new people and everything.
Plus, you get some good food too.
Yeah.
So here we are at the Night to Unite parties, sponsored by our wonderful police department, and here we have Lieutenant Steve Monsrud. How's it going, Steve?
It's going quite well, thank you, John.
And have you been to a lot of parties tonight?
I've been to a few. This is probably my 5th one.
Oh, so you're a little bit behind with the fire department, but you're doing very well. And you're enjoying your visits?
Well, just let me say this. We have a very important message that we're bringing forth tonight, so we do spend some time at the parties and we educate the public. And we really get to know the people of the community, and we just enjoy spending time with people. So we do, I mean, that's what we do. We spend time at these parties with people. So,
all right, I'm here with a couple fans of Pokemon Go and the City of Fridley's video that has got a lot of attention. How did you find out about it, Nick?
Well, of course, my friends all played the game, so, I had to join in. You always most of the time follow the crowd, so I tried it out for a couple weeks. It's kind of died down for me, but definitely got into it for a little bit there.
Have you walked into Moore Lake yet?
Maybe once or twice. No. I haven't had any incidents with me, but none of my friends either.
And what do you guys think? Thumbs up or thumbs down for the video?
I give it a huge thumbs up because I think the police department has a lot of courage to go ahead and get into video production and display their Pokemon Go skills. So I give kudos to the police department.
Awesome. Nick, how are you feeling?
Well, I haven't watched the video.
Oh, all right.
But from what my brother says, I'm sure it's a good one.
I shared it on my Facebook, so Nick, I know you like to ignore me because I'm your older brother, you're cooler than I am, but take a look at my Facebook and you'll see, because I like to.
He's got to be friends with you first.
I think he actually did. He unfriended me the other day. He did.
All right. Well, anything else you guys want to add?
I just want to say thanks to the police department for coming out today, because I think this is a huge step. We've had a lot of issues around the country in terms of relations between communities and police departments, and I think this is a huge this is a remedy to one of the bigger problems. Police and members of the police force coming out and meeting members of their community. I think that's a huge step, and I hope someday I'd like to see even the police coming to the schools on a regular basis and introducing themselves like this on a personal level. Just so that students and kids become familiar with their department, so when they see you guys, they can wave and say hi, and so they can relieve some of that tension. So I am really proud of you guys coming out today and really getting to meet the community members.
One of the things that we always talk to people about in the neighborhoods, number one, cooking fires is still the number one cause of house fires. Don't leave your kitchen if you got hot oil burning, or put a cake in the oven and forget it. We've had those. Hot dogs after a night of partying, and you guys look like you party a lot up here. So watch your kitchens. See a lot of kids around here. Big things is medications. Keep them high so the kids can't get into them. And our wonderful drug companies make them look like candy. So they think they're candy or jelly beans. So keep them high. And if you're not using them, the police department has a drop off for medications. You just go down to the police department and drop them off in the bin. For some of the older folk and some of our older firefighters here, have a list of your medications. When we get called 911, we're always, it's him, not me.
No medication involved.
Have a list for them, because it's real hard, because calling 911 is stressful enough, and then having a loved one sick or ill or hurting kind of frazzles you out. So it's nice to have a list so we can document it quick for the ambulance when they're coming.
The answer was 1665. My wife did not count it. She used the serving size and cheated. I said 1610. That's got to be damn close.
That's why you're the winner.
Hey! That's a new car. This is the jelly bean.
Lieutenant Steve Monsrud here, Fridley Police Department, talking to somebody from the fire department. What's your name, sir?
John Berg,
And your title?
Fire Chief.
Fire Chief for the fire. How are things going tonight, John?
Very nice. Very warm, but a lot of good parties. So
And how do you feel? Have you shown up in other parties where the police have been there already?
I have one. No, actually, we've been to 2 parties with the police department. So
And I see that when you guys pull up in your big red fire truck and you toot your horn and sound your siren, it kind of draws a lot of attention.
it does. The kids love it. So we've drawn a lot of attention to the kids. So it's been fun.
Can you just tell us what is it like on National Night Out, and what does it mean to you as a police officer?
For me, it's just a great opportunity to see the community and talk about how the community is us. It's us as a community. It's the police department, the people that live in Fridley, not just the people that live in Fridley. Okay, they don't pay us just to do a job. We need to be part of the community, and this really shows it because we come out here and get support from everyone. They're all happy to see us, and we get to eat with them and drink root beer floats with them and stuff like that, which we don't get to do on a regular basis.
Very good. You mentioned us being the community. The neighborhood resource officer, this is just one part of our job as a neighborhood resource officer. What are some of the other things that neighborhood resource officers do throughout the year? It's more than just Night to Unite. This is just the thing that everybody sees. What does NRO do behind the scenes on a daily basis that people may not understand or think about?
Well, we're the contact people for an area, for certain areas for things that maybe aren't necessarily police problems or low-level problems, kind of broken windows type thing, and where there's a little problem with the area, but hasn't risen to the crime. But can we solve it before it becomes a crime or becomes an ongoing problem? So we'll get calls, we'll make contacts with the person who's having the issue and maybe the person or property that's causing the issue, and be able to communicate with them and kind of mitigate the problem or and work with them, both sides, to come to an agreement where somebody isn't having that problem anymore. And so we do that, and just community outreach, period. Make sure that we all spend a little more time in our areas, because we know that when we come to these parties, we want to make these people happy and make sure that they are having an enjoyable experience being part of Fridley.
So outside of Night to Unite, the neighborhood resource officers are really a resource and problem solvers for the neighborhood to keep little problems from becoming big problems.
Yeah, the resource part is the most important thing. We hand out our business cards, or we give them our names and stuff like that, so when they call up, they know which officer's on the other end of the line. You know, they leave me a message, they know the face that's talking when they get a call back, which I think is comforting to people, not just having an anonymous officer so-and-so at the end of the line. It's Mike Keeley, who I met at the party last year.
So what kind of issues or concerns or topics have been people talking about at the Night to Unite so far that you've heard of?
Well, there's a lot of interest on how we feel, recent things in the world have been going as far as police has gone. People are very, really receptive, or really want us to know how much they support us, and we appreciate that, because their support means everything to us. And so that's been it. Body cameras have been a frequent question. There's been questions about the new buildings or new city hall type thing. There's questions every year about people have had incidents throughout the past year that they've been waiting to ask an officer about, but they don't want to bother us. So they bring those things up tonight and say, here's what happened to me, why is this, or how can I handle this in the past or in the future, traffic stops, that type of thing. So it's really people's opportunity to ask a cop a question without having to stop a cop in the middle of the road to ask him.
It's a little warm out here, but we're on the north end of the city at one of our block parties, and I'm talking with one of the residents up here. His name is Drew
Bickford.
Drew Bickford. And Drew, how long have you been in the neighborhood?
About 8 years now.
Okay, 8 years, and you came from where?
Originally from Florida, and came up here about 13 years ago.
Okay, and what would you say? Have you participated in these Night to Unites event before?
No, this is actually my first one.
Okay, so I was going to ask you what your favorite part about it is. How long have you been at this party?
Oh, I just got here a few minutes ago, so.
What's your favorite part up to this point?
So far, it's been the root beer.
I agree. I've had it. I've tried it. It's delicious.
Yes.
So what kind of, do you see anything happening in the neighborhood? Do you have any concerns that you've been here over the last few years, or anything you've seen recently that concerns you?
Well, I think this neighborhood's very quiet. It's a very peaceful neighborhood, so we usually don't have too many problems here at all, really. obviously, it's the petty theft type things that have, makes you the most worried. But I've never had any problems. But
Okay. Have you noticed any things that the neighborhood is doing to get neighbors together? I mean, this tonight obviously is kind of a big deal. I understand that this is the first time this neighbor has held it in a few years, but prior to this, is there anything going on in the neighborhood that you guys get together occasionally, or do you connect in any way?
Well, I think it's mainly just getting out and talking to your neighbors, as you're, doing yard work or just taking a walk or kind of thing. Just getting to know people in the neighborhood is a good idea. Beyond that, I don't know that we've done anything specific, but.
And I'm guessing that happens mainly in the summer around here, not too many people out in the winter.
That's definitely true, although there is some conversations while you're shoveling the driveway as well, so.
Yeah. Is there anything that we can do as a police department or as a city to make you feel safer, or do you feel okay here?
Yeah, I think overall, we do see the police patrolling periodically and stuff. I think anytime the police can stop for a little bit, I know they got things to do and places to be and all that, but anytime they can stop and just, little conversation just to get to know everybody in the neighborhood and just to say hi is always a good thing. Just make sure everything's good, and especially with older folks too in the neighborhood, it's always a good idea just to check up on them periodically, make sure things are going okay. Because these neighborhoods especially, there's a lot of aging population in there as well. So
Right. Drew, I do thank you for your time this evening. One thing I would like to do is I'd like to give you this honorary badge, Fridley Police Department badge, and make you a temporary honorary member of the police department. Hold it up in your hand.
all right, there we go.
With your left hand, raise your left hand, and say, I do promise
I do promise
that I will tell your chief
that I will tell your chief
that you did an excellent job tonight.
that you did an excellent job tonight. I'm Lieutenant Ryan George with the Fridley Police Department. We're out celebrating Night to Unite. First off, what's your name and how long have you lived in the Fridley community? I know we've been through this. But
My name's Natividad Seafeld, and I've been here 18 years.
18 years. And what is your favorite part about Night to Unite? All these people.
All of that. All the kids, the community get-togethering, the food, and just spending time together is just the biggest thing ever.
Great. What recent concerns have surfaced in your neighborhood?
Outside crime.
Outside crime? Like
Yeah.
crime coming from around the community?
Right.
Okay. What types of crime have you seen? Just property crimes?
Property crimes, generally tagging, theft from the yards, and we know that the people don't live here. Everybody's watching out for each other. And late night in the dark time. So I'm putting in more security lights right now so that way we're a little bit safer.
All right. Okay. What other ways do neighbors connect in your area other than Night to Unite?
Bingo at the American Legion. The fast food restaurants. We're partners with Friendly Chevrolet because we use part of their property. And Scotland, our mayor, we try and stay connected with the city of Fridley as much as possible. Gosh, I don't know, just a lot.
Yeah. What can the police department do to help you feel safe in Fridley and everyone else who lives here?
More drive-throughs.
Okay.
That would be great. And just random, not specific times, but random drive-throughs, especially like late night, very early in the morning.
Okay.
That would help us.
And I know there's not a question addressing it, but I did notice that you had, and we were talking about it before, there's 29 backpacks that were filled for the kids. Do you want to kind of explain how that came about?
The first year we had National Night Out, I decided that I would give all the kids a backpack. This is a low-income housing development, and so sometimes backpacks are hard to come by. And I filled them all up. I was in a parking lot at a Walgreens, and a gentleman gave me $20 to donate towards it. I went to every store that had stuff for a penny and stuff for a nickel and 25 cents, and I filled them all up. And so we've been doing it ever since, and we skipped 1 year where I couldn't afford to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what they asked for. They don't care about the food or anything else, just please get us a backpack.
Well, that's awesome. We appreciate it, and it looked like
Yeah.
everybody here did appreciate it too.
Oh yeah,
so.
they do.
All right.
We appreciate you guys.
Well, we appreciate the support.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Patrol Lieutenant Steve Monzard of the Fridley Police Department, and I'm in one of our neighborhoods here on Night to Unite, talking with some of the residents. And tonight, up in the north end of the city, I have Karen. What's your last name, Karen?
Evans.
Karen Evans. And Karen, how long have you lived in Fridley?
48 years.
Wow, 48 years. All in this neighborhood?
Right.
Okay. So how many of these Night to Unite events do you think you've attended? Or
This is our first.
is that right?
Right.
Okay.
This is the very first one.
Okay. Well, does the neighborhood do other things in this to kind of get together or get to know each other? Or?
No, and so this is really great that we could do this tonight. Yeah.
Sure.
And
Will you do it
we
again?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Now,
That's
everybody was saying, everybody was saying that they want to do more of these. So
good.
That's
So
great.
how do you know some of your neighbors then? I mean, just from being out and about in the neighborhood? Or?
Right.
Okay.
Right. I did childcare for many years, and I walked the neighborhood all the time with my daycare children. So, yeah.
Okay. Very good. What's been your favorite part about tonight?
Oh, I think meeting people that I didn't know. Yeah.
Okay. What do you have any recent concerns of anything that's been going on in your neighborhood or anything that you'd like to bring to our attention that?
Well, it was the incident at the end of the block here when there were a lot of police officers and wondering what was going on. You know, a little incident with the laptop being stolen and so forth. So,
Okay.
yes.
So some minor thefts, it sounds like.
Right.
And, okay. What do you think that the police department or the city of Fridley can do to help you guys feel safe in your neighborhood or feel any better about things?
I think just keeping us informed. If things are happening in our neighborhood, we want to know. A flyer so we can take it around to other neighbors. No.
Sure.
Yes.
Does this neighborhood have a block captain that's, you are it?
I'm it.
So we do provide you with information at time about
Right.
things that go on and you're responsible to
Take the
hand that
flyers
out
around.
to, okay,
Right.
very good. Does that seem to be working?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Are a lot of the neighbors like on social media at all, like any of this, some of the cell phones with the nextdoor.com applications or any?
Gee, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Facebook, I know they are on, but I
Yep.
don't know otherwise.
Okay. All right. Okay, Karen, well, thank you very much for your time this evening. We're just getting to know some of the residents and taking a look at some of the parties and everything. I do have one thing for you before we go. I'm going to make you an honorary member of the Fridley Police Department.
Okay.
And I'm going to have you take a real quick oath with me, if you will. Just take your badge and
All right.
hold it up in your right hand.
Okay.
And say, I, Karen,
Hi, Karen.
do promise
Do promise
to tell your chief, Brian Werke,
to tell your chief, Brian Werke,
what a tremendous job you did this evening.
what a tremendous job you did this evening.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you.
Matt Dean, and you live next door to the wiffle ball court here in Fridley.
Yep.
What does the wiffle ball tournament mean to you guys every year?
That's tough. Wiffle ball's been my life since I was 8 years old, so it's basically my life. So it's pretty sweet to see everyone come out and just play and have fun.
Is National Night Out or Night to Unite your biggest wiffle ball day of the year?
Yep.
And how many innings will you guys play today?
110 innings all day. We're at 81 right now, so.
What time did you guys start this morning?
9 a.m.
And you play all day long. 110 innings is the hope that you'll go by the time the night's end. And you've got how many so far?
81.
And it's almost 7 o'clock, so they got a little work left to do out there, ladies and gentlemen. So, how are the teams decided?
Usually we pick 2 people to draft, and then we throw a bat up, and then they do the little bat draw, and then they pick teams.
Okay. And it's a pretty nice court here. Has this court been here as long as you've been alive?
Yes, it has. Luke, the creator, or I don't know how you would say it, but they made this when 2002. So.
Okay.
So. 14 years ago.
Okay.
Well, I'm Lieutenant Ryan George, and I'm here with Christina, and she's hosting a Night to Unite party. Christina, how long have you lived in Fridley?
13 years.
Okay, and you're hosting the party tonight. How many times have you done it before?
I think this might be our 4th year.
Okay, pretty good turnout this year?
Yeah, every year it's been great. The neighborhood loves any chance like this to get together, and everybody helps. We need tables, we need tablecloths. Everybody pitches in to make it work.
Do you guys do anything else throughout the year to get together? A block party, anything like that?
Well, usually just before the holidays, we get together and have another holiday party.
Okay.
There was a book club thing, where they were getting together once a month for the book club, but it was always a night when I was teaching, so
Okay.
I didn't get involved in the book club thing, but yeah.
Well, that's good. What concerns do you have within your neighborhood, crime-wise?
It's felt really safe here, and I want to say I really appreciate the one night when I called the police in the middle of the night. My husband was working all night, and all of a sudden I heard pound, 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 pound on the door, and I just got really scared. And it was like 2 a.m. I called up, and I'm like, I don't know why somebody would be pounding on my door at 2 a.m.
Yep.
And within 10 minutes, somebody was at the door, like looking all around and making sure it was okay. So.
Well, that's good.
Other than that, I mean, I saw somebody kind of coming up from the lake and wandering around the house a few times years ago. Other than that, it's been really safe.
That's good. What can the city of Fridley or the police department do to make your neighborhood safer?
For the most part, we feel really safe. I know there's been some talk about cars being broken into, cars being stolen. So the police that came earlier were explaining, what things to do, like not letting your car run when you're not in attendance.
Yep. A lot of the vehicles that are stolen have the keys in them. So.
Yeah. I mean, and other than just safeguarding, like keeping things locked. If you have your car outside overnight, keep it locked.
My name is Brian Werke. I've been with Fridley my entire career, and I was just promoted to chief here this past year. And we've done a lot of things in the last year. We've really have done a lot of crime prevention, trying to get out in the community, to be a fabric in the community. I'm really pushing our officers to do as much as they can in the community. We have to invest in it as much as we can because we will make mistakes, and we need your support when that happens. But I know Fridley. I've been here 21 years. I've lived here. And I'll tell you what, I know that people in Fridley are hard workers, and they want to make sure that I'm making sure our officers are working hard and they're being held accountable, and that's what we're doing at the police department. And that's the best thing we can do, because we will make mistakes, but the majority of the time, they're doing great police work, and I'm proud to be their chief. The only other thing I wanted to say is, ever since we've had a couple of issues the last couple months, and we've had an incredible amount of community support at the police department. We were getting cards. People are sending sandwiches and cookies and stopping us on the street saying thank you. And I gave that message to all of our officers that, you know what, I don't care what else is happening out there. Your community of Fridley does support them, and they need to hear that. And I've been telling them that because I know they're working hard and they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I want to say thank you, because the support that you guys are giving us is helping us get through these stressful, high-tension times. And so thank you for that. We certainly appreciate it. A lot of people will ask, what can we do to help out? Hey, if you see an officer and you want to stop him or her and say, hey, thanks for what you're doing, take 10 seconds. They love that. It makes them feel really good, because they're always dealing with the negative issues in the community. But if you get a chance to say that, they really appreciate that. So in closing, thank you very much for your support, and we appreciate it. Until I'm done, we will continue to work hard, and they will be held accountable. Thank you very much, okay?
Thank you.
The Fridley Police are focused on you and moving forward with our new crime prevention programs. A lot of new exciting things coming out. Watch for them soon. The Police Explorer program is one we're very excited about. You can always refer to fridleymn.gov for more information on all the ongoing programs we have. We'd like to thank Bob's Produce for donating all the peaches to all the parties tonight. Thank you to Target for providing the soda for the root beer floats. Very much appreciated. I had a couple of those tonight. Thank you to all the block captains and party organizers for their hard work in keeping the neighbors connected. So I'm Captain Mike Monsrud, and on behalf of the entire Fridley Police Department, thank you for joining us at Night to Unite 2016.
Brian, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Do promise
To tell your chief, Brian Werke,
to tell your chief, Brian Werke,
what a tremendous job you did this evening.
what a tremendous job you did this
Okay, now let's
evening.
do that again without laughing.
You guys want to jump in?
This is my husband, hold my hair.
She's in charge of the conversation, so
No.
we'll let her speak.
We love our police officers. They protect us, they keep us safe, and we really enjoy being out here with you tonight. Thanks.
Thank you, John. I understand you guys need heroes too, and that's part of our job. So I appreciate you saying that, and I want you guys to have a good, safe rest of the night.
We like to hear that.
You should have come a little early. There was a lot of alcohol here earlier.
Detective Mike Keeley and Captain Mike Monsrud out.
You should have used Audi 5000.
This has been a production of Fridley Municipal Television, Channel 17. Thanks for watching.